Ready for this?
Hey guys, welcome back to another week / the last vlog for the last 5 years with Callum, Grace, and Jack.
Guys,
Jack.
this guy.
Yeah, that guy. So for those of you who don't know Jack is the J in GJ Productions, and he was very helpful with all the light and sound and everything when it came to the show, or whatever Grace wasn't doing and what I was slacking in, Jack was doing. So good on you. Yeah. We did a show. It happened.
Yeah.
And,
oh gosh! Wow.
Yep. So let's just go kind of through what the week was like during production week.
Yeah.
Yep. So on the Monday, Jack was into the place, the stage area at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And you, what did you start?
I was there with the Mechanic Institute's lovely house tech, Nick. We spent the first couple of hours just rigging the lights, getting them into the space, making sure that they all worked and did the things that we wanted them to do, which took, a couple of hours to get them all up there and focused and ready to go.
But it was pretty quick. Like we were up and ready to go just after lunch to do a lighting plot of the show, which was interesting because considering there's only like 2 actors, we kind of just powered through where Grace would just be sitting there watching it going, try this, and I'd be like, yeah, that doesn't feel right. Like just on the stage going like, I feel like it should be this, even though I physically can't see it. But then you
can feel the light on you, so if it's feeling a bit too warm, you go, oh yeah, no. And you can sense it after a little while. Like after we got through a couple of the sequences, we could actually figure it out while you're on the stage. But I spent most of the time in the audience, like in the auditorium.
On the seating bank.
On the seating bank, barking out orders. I wasn't really barking out orders, but I would do the really annoying thing to Jack where I'd give him a really ambiguous word, like give me sunshine or give me fluffy. Like
well, I'm sitting there being like, what are we at 50? Can we take it down to 30? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so they were being much more technical and I was just being a lot more kind of like artsy.
Oh, I'm Grace, I know things.
Yeah, that was fun. And then once we had kind of got like the plot out, then I sat out and I got Grace just kind of run through the show going like, okay, and now go there and now go here, and it was funny
so that you could actually see
what it looked like.
Yeah.
And then we did we do a run on Monday?
We did. I believe we went through one run with backing tracks.
We were looking at the microphones.
We decided that we needed mics for the show. If we were going to have our piano and guitar hooked up to the speakers, the voices, we needed to match the sound with our voices. So we decided to go with some mics, and somehow...
Which we got for a really good price.
They were fantastic.
We were amazed with, what we'd managed to find when most of them was like, oh yeah, it's going to cost you $1,000 a mic.
But there was just a bit of confusion as to which kind of mics we wanted, because it's such a small, like it's not a small space, it's just extremely intimate. You can really see everything on the stage and on a person. A giant Madonna mic,
there's no other way to put it unless you say a Britney mic.
Yeah, it just wasn't gonna work.
No.
So we went back to them and got a lapel mic.
The ones that clip on.
Yeah. And so we took the foam off that one and we put them through our hair like a little bug sitting at the top, and they worked heaps better, but they were black. So we had to find ways of kind of disguising them. It wasn't too bad. Actually, in the end, we got that to work really well. And so many people asked, where was the mics? How did you have the mics all set up? And then someone actually asked me, where was the foldbacks? Like, did we have foldbacks? And we were like, no. And they were like, apparently during the performance going, where are the foldbacks? Where have they hidden them?
Because we thought about that, because the speakers that they have were actually at the back of the space.
Yeah.
So we didn't need to worry about that because the band could hear what they were doing. These guys could hear what they were singing, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, we should probably also talk about the set.
Oh, yeah.
So that came Monday as well. And it was great. It really worked well in the space. Everything looked good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nilgan.
Thank you, Nilgan, for
the furniture.
The furniture.
It was great. For Squishy.
Yep.
And for Legs.
Yep.
And for JT.
Yep.
And for Derpy.
Yep.
Yes, we named all the furniture.
Yeah, well,
Squishy was already named.
Yes.
But then we felt that the other furniture was being left out if we didn't name it. So we named it.
Yep.
We named everything.
Yeah.
But it just ended up working so perfectly. Like I'm so surprised because it was such a vague idea that I had of going to these people to see if we could hire the furniture to use for the week. I really had no idea if it was actually going to work.
Yeah.
And that if we were going to get pieces that all worked in the space together.
But they did.
For all the things that we needed it to do, to hold, to... because we had all of our props in Squishy and Derp.
Yeah.
And legs.
And legs of things.
There were props everywhere. But we had them all like neatly put away in the drawers and on the table, like on the side table part. Yeah, it was just worked out so well. Yeah, we'll put all the information down in the description below. Connect you through to their Facebook page and how to get in contact with them. They've got so much good stuff.
They do. They really
they're
do.
They're my number one people that I want to go back to again if we need stuff for any future shows. Love them. So good.
So Tuesday we came to the space again and we were looking at doing just a little bit of a run.
Yeah, we went through with the backing track. Just kind of
making sure everything made sense. We reblocked some things. We reblocked the next 10 minutes because we had gone with that entrance, but we realized that wasn't going to work. So we came in the same direction and that worked in the space. We were just pretty much waiting around most of the day for...
we did a fair bit of waiting around.
Yeah. Which was kind of good for nerves and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just felt comfortable being in the theatre.
Yeah.
This makes me feel so like more at ease. And then on Tuesday night, my dad Jeff and Dan the man, our piano man, they came in and we did our full dress tech run. We kind of squished it in. We kind of did tech earlier in the day, but the real one was...
Yeah, well, we did a lighting tech, but then all the sound I was having to mix live because it's live music. It's what you need to do. So that was more for making sure that I could do both.
Wednesday, we got into the space and...
Around midday, we got a bit of a sleep in. We slept in.
Yep. We then started working on foyer a little bit. Chris and Sam came and helped.
Yes, my mum and my cousin, thank you so much. Just saved my life. I was an absolute mess for the whole day.
Can confirm, right, Jack?
Stealing my lines, man. Stealing my lines.
I was the most anxious, nervous ball of stress I kind of have ever been in my life. It's just so different when not only are you performing in it, and this was like a big thing for me. I haven't actually been on stage for quite some time. So there was a little bit of those kind of nerves, but you fall back into habits and you know how you feel when you go on stage. That's not really wrong, but it's producing this show and worrying about all the extra things like how's the front of house working, running around doing all the last minute extra things like going to the bank to get the float, which we forgot to do until later in the day. It got down to crunch time, opening night. I might have nearly had a little spew. Just a little one. Nearly,
Didn't happen.
You
were over the sink, a little bit of dry retching, a little bit of rubbing of the back.
Well, look, there was a lot of pressure on. We had some special guests in the audience. We had a couple of casting agents come, which was amazing. I was very, very proud of myself that I organised that. It was something that...
All grace.
It was all me, please. No, but the thing is that a couple of years ago, I used to be so scared to even like pick up the phone and call anyone. And having worked as a kind of receptionist / admin assistant for quite some time, I'm actually very comfortable now approaching people. So that skill actually worked for me for once, and I was like, "Go!"
It's Grace's job for the company. I don't do that.
No, Jack doesn't do that bit. I do the phone schmoozing and like the emails and things. And
I do the face-to-face schmoozing.
Yeah, because I'm not good at that bit.
I am actor.
Your tagline.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wednesday opening night, you were quite anxious. I didn't get that anxious beforehand.
You were really excited.
Yeah. I learnt earlier on in my life that from my old music teacher Woodsy, where all nerves and excitement is all the same adrenaline. It's just how you choose to deal with it. So I was very excited going to the show. I got really nervous after the show because it was like I blacked out for 2 hours, and we kind of just had done this thing, and then I'm just like, oh god, what did people just see? I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened that whole time? I was just like not there.
I wasn't there. Were you there? I wasn't there.
I was there. It was good.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
Really good.
Good to know. Good to know. And so, yeah, we done that, and we went out and spoke to people, and we had like good reception.
We did.
We had actually really good crowds most nights, most performances. Like, yeah.
I think every performance we had very
responsive, very responsive.
That's a good
audiences.
one. Yeah, they were like laughing and engaged.
Crying. There was quite a few people cried.
Yeah, that's true. We just got that, but that's what we wanted. And not to make people sad, but to...
At the very start, they cried because Grace is crying, and that's sad.
Yes.
So, you come in, you sit down, the show starts, and people started crying. It was great. Yes.
No, but it did feel good. It did feel good that people were engaged with us and invested. There was a certain amount of investment that a lot of people brought to the show, which was really nice.
Yeah. And not just people that we know, like family and close friends. You'd expect to be slightly more invested in it because they know us, they know what we've been going through for the last 5-6 months, whatever long it's been.
It's been a really long time.
It was just people some who had just, been walking past the theatre and seeing, oh, there's a show on, I've got time to go and see a show tonight, I'll come back and see that. Or people who had, seen us on these vlogs or just come across our Facebook or our Instagram and have gone, oh, these guys look cool, I'll go and check them out. Who loved the show and, hung out after the show and told us how amazing they thought it was and how emotionally invested they got into the show without even knowing who these lovely people were, just because they're amazing actors.
Wow.
Stop it.
You're so cute.
No, I won't stop it. Stop it.
That was really lovely. It was so lovely to see new faces in the audience and very familiar faces in the audience. It's just so comforting when you see your friends and your family there and they're there supporting you with like nice big smiles on their faces and just enjoying themselves.
I feel like we do have to do one shout out though to Nathaniel, just a guy who just found us.
Yeah, just found
on the internet and has been following our progress from pretty much the start.
So supportive and so...
that's the example of, what we're hoping for is for just people to come across us and come along on the journey with us.
So now let's talk about challenges of the show. So big challenge for me was dealing with... after doing rehearsals and stuff for so long, we kind of get really analytical of like, oh, this is how the show's going to go and this is how I'm kind of feel, and then you get into the space and it's just, it was very emotional, very raw. I cried a lot during the show because you're just in the moment, you're just doing all this emotional stuff, but then that affects things vocally and things like that. So I know I found that a bit of a challenge, especially because of particular one scene that we'd set up where we've spoke about it since the beginning where we don't see each other for the whole show.
Yeah, and then no eye contact.
No eye contact. And then we come into this one moment and we finally see each other and we get really teary every single time that we did it.
But it was the exact same feeling that I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
We had decided that, you know, because we weren't going to make any eye contact any time before this specific moment, that it would be the time that we check in with each other and make sure that you're okay, I'm okay, we're doing good. But I knew that there was going to be something more in it. It was going to be a lot more of a relief and a lot more sweeter, nicer. It was just so comforting to like turn your eye and see the other actor just like, oh, hi friend.
Yeah.
How are you? Oh gosh, I'm so excited to see you now. And then we were obviously in the moment in the show, and we did get extremely.
We just cried a lot.
Emotional.
Yeah.
I swear there was one performance where it was just blubber coming out.
Yep.
Like it wasn't. There were no words.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to try to get that top note. And I just felt so sorry every time because I'd get really emotional in the line just before it, and I'd set him off.
Yeah.
And it was just like there was no hope. There was no hope. We were done.
Yeah, but hopefully audience members kind of saw that moment was very real.
Yeah, very genuine.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, thoughts?
You've already stolen my line, but I will can confirm.
Can confirm by Jack. Grace, what was one of your challenges?
I think the biggest thing for me was leaving the show alone after opening night. Pretty much all the way up until opening night. I just wanted to be able to stop thinking about everything else that was going on. I just wanted to take the producer hat off and just be the actor.
Yeah.
And that was such a big struggle for me. That was my biggest challenge, because as the show was going through, every now and then, if I wasn't in it, I was thinking about something like how many people are in the audience, how many people paid for full tickets or concession or whatever, and it was just like little thoughts would pop into my head, and I had to really like center myself and go, no, that's not the time for that. Definitely not the time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of the show. Let go of the technical part of it and just do it. So I didn't have that many times of it, but it was a lot of like after the show was done for the night, I'd start stressing about, all the producer part.
Yeah.
And it was just letting that go so that I could just be in the show.
Yeah. So Jack, any challenges for you throughout the show?
It was the biggest space that I've designed lights for.
Yeah.
Most of my background is in student theatre and like rather small independent theatre and stuff like that. So I guess I haven't done any proper design for. There's one bigger venue at La Trobe Uni where I do most of my student theatre. But I've never done a full design for that space. I assisted other people in their designs. So it was the first time that I was in there going, cool, how am I going to make this whole thing look the way that these guys want it to look? So we sat down together and they said, we want this to happen. And I said, cool, well, this is what I'm thinking. And they went, sure.
I don't know anything about it, so I just trust, okay. Surely you know what you're doing.
So then I went to a brilliant man that I've had the pleasure of working with a few times out at La Trobe University, Tom Willis. Thanks, Tom. He gave us some LED lights to use, which just added a whole nother level to the show. It wouldn't have looked anywhere near as good without those LEDs. It just would have been lacking something. And it would have just been warm, plain light with no texture.
Yeah, that's it. Because we worked a lot with a colour kind of scale grade. It's something we wanted to go from a yellow colour through to orange, red, pink, purple, blue, then starting to fade out of colour. And so we worked them into each sequence, and Jack did it so brilliantly. It was just like really subtle things that what I got, the reception I got from the lining was that it wasn't distracting, it wasn't something that you focused on, but it was something that you felt. Like you could feel the atmosphere or the environment that we were trying to create for each sequence, which I thought was, exactly what...
Yeah, that's what you want to achieve with lights, is you don't want people to be sitting there going, wow, this lighting design is amazing. That's not what it's there for. It's there so that people go, wow, this show looks really good. And it just adds an extra layer to the emotions that the actors on stage are trying to convey.
Yeah.
I was lucky that I had a lot of great assistance in, setting up my design, with Tom giving us the LEDs, and Nick, the house tech that we had at the mechanics, who I found out later is actually himself quite a good lighting designer who does things for like MTC and much bigger theatre companies. I said, this is what I want to do, and he said, cool, we'll do that, it looks good, put it up, and he was impressed with it. Shane, who was the head tech at Mechanics, was impressed with it, so that meant heaps to me, because I'd only done tiny little student theatre stuff where people go, oh, the lights are amazing, and you could literally just have 2 lights there lighting up the entire space. People were like, that's awesome, and you're like, thanks.
That's really nice,
but to do something that's really important to the 3 of us, and have people really appreciate the work that went into it, that means heaps. I didn't have much to do with the process that these guys went through, so my challenge was, like, on the week, making sure that the space looks the way that Grace and Callum had envisioned it, and I think we pretty much got that. So
we definitely did.
Now quickly go through favourite moments of the show. We'll start with Jack.
Oh geez, start with Jack?
Start with Jack.
Jack's favourite moment of the show. Oh, I like the subtle bits.
Yeah.
Like that probably no one really noticed, but Grace gives a little nod to Jeff, who is her dad, when she's singing the song that is meant to be Kathy singing, like talking to her dad. And, he says, I'm climbing uphill, Daddy, and gives a little nod to Jeff, and Jeff gives a little while he's playing the song, and it's nice.
For me, kind of 2 moments in the show. Can I do like producer's hat and then actor's hat? Okay, so producer's hat. I think I've got to say it was seeing Julie Clark, was our VC drama teacher, seeing her after the performance and talking to her about the show and just her opinion of it. That for me, as the producer of a show, I was like, that's top notch. That's the best thing that's happened.
Her and Diane Bazil, she was the media teacher at school, and she did all of the design work for all of the school productions. They're like, everyone else could have hated the show if they both enjoyed it and appreciated the work that went into it. That was enough, and they did, and we were so thankful that they came to the show.
Totally value absolutely everyone's opinion about the show, by the way. Just like,
yes, no, we do,
but
theirs is more important. You
just got to know these people to know what it means and have worked with them, and to hold them at such high esteem as we do.
EKC represent.
And then as the performer, I think it's a toss-up between Summer in Ohio and I Could Do Better Than That. Those 2 songs are were 2 of the most vocally challenging songs that I've kind of ever done. And I think just belting out Summer in Ohio, especially on closing night when I had nothing to lose. All I had to do was just lay it all out on the floor. That was a great moment. But the emotional connection I had to not something that's sad, to something that's like hopeful and happy and joyous and loving, and actually really tapping into that, especially at my favourite line, nothing but fresh, undiluted and pure and totally mine, and I just like let fly with this like beautiful belt.
My favourite moment was kind of a little bit post-show as well included. So I had a lot of people from my work come and see the show, which was very supportive. Thank you guys. And just a lot of people that I've spoken to when I see them, they say, I saw the show, really enjoyed it. It's like, thanks. And then they turn around and say that their favorite song was, at the start of the show, my least favorite song, the Shmuel song, where it's 7 minutes of storytelling that could have been really boring, and I was just like, cool, I've got to do something with this, make it fun, and we got there. It changed, even opening night, it had changed from what it was in rehearsals, because it was just, okay, we've got to do this now. We had lights, we had decorations, we had new voices that I hadn't done before, new just concepts and ideas that just kind of appeared on the night, and it was a lot of fun. It was just went from my least favorite song to one of the songs that I had the most fun with, and then to go to work and people congratulate me, say that the Shmuel song's their favorite song, but then to actually catch them humming the Shmuel song as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, people have been humming it at work.
Happy. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and my singing teacher, who she first introduced me to Jason Robert Brown back in the day, like his songs, she came and saw the show and she really enjoyed it. She said that she was a little bit envious because it was a show that she always wanted to do, but she really enjoyed the show, and she said that she's seen Shmuel's song being performed a lot of times, but that was the best performance she'd ever seen of the Shmuel song, because it's a hell of a song.
Yeah.
It's a hard song to do, but if you do it well, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is. You just have to go nuts on it. Go bananas. What's next for GJ Productions?
Are we announcing it properly yet, or should we? Is that going to be a separate thing?
I think that's going to be.
It's going to be a separate thing, but there is something slightly larger cast-wise than 2 people. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're actually going to see a theatre immediately after filming this. I'll be directing this next one, but yes, things are still happening. This will be likely to happen. The show will be most likely on at the start of next year, in summer of next year, so January, February, sometime around there.
2017.
Yeah.
Geez. Cool.
I know, crazy.
But yeah, keep an eye out and things will be happening, and we will be letting people know about that very, very soon.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys for watching, staying with us every week, or just tuning in whenever you can. It's been a fantastic process. Thank you to Grace and Jack for letting me be a part of this process as well. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully we'll be working again very soon.
Thanks for being a part of this process. It was good.
It was good fun. Obviously the work speaks for itself. We did something. It was to a standard that we were happy and proud of at the end of the day.
Extremely happy and proud of.
Yeah.
It was so much more than I think, for me personally, I thought it was going to be. I think I undersold it a little bit. I reckon I could have sold it a lot harder than I did.
Yeah.
Because it just turned out to be amazing. And so much more professional than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh my gosh, we're so new. And like, it's our first time really doing it.
But you guys sold so many tickets. Like, so many tickets for I've said it numerous of times that it's just like, it's a first show for a new independent theatre company. Like, to sell the amount of tickets that you did in that small theatre, like, really
with
good.
only 2 people in the cast,
We're only
and
2
kind of
people
only
in
really
the cast.
3 people, and plus Dan and Dad bringing their kind of people along as well. We've got to give props to them. They really, especially my dad, Jeff, was amazing. He brought so many people along, and he just sold the show so well to his crew, his people.
Yeah, thanks to the Duda Stars Football Club people that came down. Really appreciate it. A lot of you weren't theatre people, but you came down anyway.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
That was awesome.
Another thank you for letting us use your room as a rehearsal space.
Well, cool. Thanks, guys, and we will see you soon. And thank you for coming on this journey for the last 5 years.
Bye, guys.
Bye.